ten komputer i jeszcze zrobimy udostępnienie. Gdzie to było, bo się tutaj poaktualizowało Facebook. Mam prośbę do Was. Jak ktoś ma sprawne rączki na tyle, żeby sprawdzić, czy się udostępni, bo u mnie to nie zawsze wyskakuje. Dać mi znać, dobra? Mm,
Ale że jakby co się udostępnia?
czy się streaming na Facebooku odpali? Master.
Już.
Jeszcze sekundkę. Bo tu mi czasem jakiś błąd wyskakuje. Ja nie wiem, jak go wyłączyć, nie wiem, jak nad nim zapanować na stronie. A dzisiaj jestem w innym miejscu, nie mam drugiego komputera, więc nie mam jak tego sprawdzić. Dobra, popatrzmy.
To pod Room Explorer jest?
Tak, tak, tak. Dobra, na razie chyba się przesyła. No i właśnie, mi wyskoczył teraz błąd. I teraz muszę zobaczyć, czy...
Tak, jesteś live.
Tak, jesteśmy?
Mhm.
Jesteśmy. Dobra, tutaj wyłączam i...
Trochę jest opóźnione, ale
Zawsze,
jesteśmy.
zawsze jest opóźnione. Tutaj tego nie unikniemy, nie naprawimy. Em, dobra, to zaczniemy. Klaus, I will do a little introduce the concept and why we meet tonight.
Yeah.
And after that, I will give you the power of the meeting and ask you about everything, about story, about your company, about casks, where they came from, what you did before, and what's your plans for the future. I don't think if you want to say something about our potential cooperation, you can do this, of course. You can feel free about it. And and yeah, and after that, remember that we met here to drink a little bit. Maybe not me, but people here for sure. They want to
Yeah.
try and listen about these samples, something more. And yeah, and we will. I think we should end our meeting maximum 2 hours from now,
Perfect.
because after that we always have a kind of after meeting, and we are switching to Polish language, and we are talking about what
Yeah.
to eat,
Perfect.
what we drink
Perfect.
already. Um, więc dobry wieczór wszystkim. Um, na początek to chciałbym zdementować jakiś rodzaj plotek, które powstały na temat moich potencjalnych botlingów. Albo może troszeczkę je, może nie tyle zdementować, co troszeczkę je wyciszyć. Em, no bo tak, rzeczywiście to, czym się zajmuję od wielu lat i co we mnie dojrzewało od dłuższego czasu, to rozwinięcie swojej marki osobistej poza tym, czym się zajmuję, czyli szkoleniami i organizowaniem degustacji, doradztwem firmom w zakresie budowania portfolio, czy szkolenia przedstawicieli handlowych, czy sprzedawców w sklepach. To gdzieś z tyłu głowy ciągle miałem chęć zbudowania swojej własnej marki, swojego własnego portfolio rumów. Natomiast zawsze podchodziłem do tego jak pies do jeża, bo nie miałem takiego poczucia, że to jest już, że mogę, że już mam na tyle mocno zbudowaną, nie wiem, pozycję, jakkolwiek by tego nie nazwać, że jakikolwiek projekt bym nie ruszył, to on będzie uwieńczony jakimś sukcesem. Nie miałem takiego przekonania, wciąż go nie mam, natomiast trafiają się coraz częściej okoliczności, które mnie do tego przekonują, że chyba to jest już. I to się troszeczkę zbiegło z moim spotkaniem z Klausem. 2 lata temu jakoś zaczęliśmy pierwszy raz o tym rozmawiać, że budują magazyn, że mają bardzo duże stoki, bardzo, może mają spore stoki beczek, i że jak przyjdzie moment taki, to on chciałby, żebym przyjechał i popatrzył, co oni na tym magazynie mają i i co można z tym zrobić. To było ze 2 lata temu. Potem spotkaliśmy się kilka razy przy okazji festiwali w Europie i zaczepialiśmy się o to, czy to jest aktualne i jak tam się sprawy rozwijają. I mocniej tak naprawdę zaczęliśmy o tym rozmawiać podczas ubiegłorocznego Whisky Live w Paryżu. I wtedy wybrzmiał już termin, wtedy wybrzmiało już jakiś rodzaj schematu, co chcielibyśmy zrobić. I rzeczywiście Klaus zaprosił mnie do partycypacji przy tworzeniu nowego projektu, czy kontynuacji nowych projektów. I był ciekaw, co ja o tym, co ja o tym sądzę, jak to widzę i co można z tym zrobić, czy jakieś finisze. No generalnie praca na pojedynczych kaskach. Mm, I wówczas miałem w głowie głównie to, że zaczynamy jakiś wspólny projekt. Natomiast w momencie, gdy już pojechałem do Danii, poleciałem, to stworzyło mi się w głowie takie, kurczę, czemu by nie pójść od razu tym torem, tak? Jakoś zastanowić się nad tym, czy jest to możliwe, jakie to są koszty i czy w ogóle rzeczywiście jest coś na tyle ciekawego, czym zechcieliby się ze mną podzielić, tak? Czyli nie planowaliby tego dla siebie w kontekście swoich projektów, czy rzeczywiście mieliby co mi odsprzedać, żebym ja mógł to zrobić, o czym już od dawna myślę. I rzeczywiście, jak spotkaliśmy się w wydaniu w ich magazynie, to poszliśmy dwutorowo. To były 2 intensywne dni próbowania, skakania po beczkach, szukania pomiędzy pojedynczymi beczkami różnych, tych samych nalewów tak naprawdę. A jak wiadomo, beczka beczce nierówna, więc to, co może wydawać się oczywiste, wcale takie być nie musi. Więc było to dość mocno wyczerpujące, szczerze powiedziawszy. I zmęczony wracałem, ale z takim poczuciem, że wow, zrobiliśmy kawał dobrej roboty. No myślę, że o pewnych rzeczach, no jakby za wcześnie, żeby mówić, ale jeżeli one się udadzą, no to będzie coś z tego, mam nadzieję, fajnego. I teraz no, Klaus opowie o tych projektach już jakby osobno, natomiast te dzisiejsze rumy, do których też się chciałem odnieść, to pojawiły się takie głosy, że ja wybrałem najlepsze beczki, że to, co dzisiaj macie w kieliszkach, czy będziecie mieć w kieliszkach, że to jest właśnie to, co Room Explorer wybrał i że to jest najlepsze ever i tak dalej. Nie do końca. Rzecz, którą będę chciał zabutelkować na pewno, która uderzyła mnie po prostu w sekundę, jej tu nie ma. Jej tu nie ma nie dlatego, że nie wiem, nie chciałem się podzielić czy cokolwiek, jakby tego nie nazwać, tylko tego płynu jest tak mało, że ja po prostu wiedziałem, że i tak go wezmę. I tak przyjdzie moment taki, że będziecie mieli okazję go spróbować, czy przy okazji jakiegoś festiwalu, czy przy okazji, nie wiem, którejś z moich degustacji. To nam nie ucieknie. Dlatego też wybrałem 8 innych. I teraz część z nich, moim zdaniem, jest gotowa do zabutelkowania i już można coś z tym zrobić. Natomiast część z nich mam pokusę coś jeszcze z nimi zrobić. Czyli albo je finiszować w czymś, albo może zblendować, albo skastrować, bo potrafi być przeogromna różnica pomiędzy płynem, którego zawartość alkoholu wynosi 66, 5 czy ileś procent, i wystarczy go skastrować do 59, 55, żeby się absolutnie polepszył. I to jest taka właśnie zabawa, nie? Żeby postarać się stworzyć taki produkt końcowy, żeby miał szansę posmakować możliwie największej ilości degustatorów. No i to są te dzisiejsze rumy. Więc popróbujemy sobie w międzyczasie i ja liczę na to, że zrobi się z tego rodzaj dyskusji. Jak ktoś będzie czuł się na siłach po angielsku, super, jak nie, możemy po polsku, a jak w ogóle nie, bo nie każdy lubi na grupie, czy w ogóle jak jest spotkanie, oficjalna część spotkania, się angażować czy udzielać, no to możemy dopowiedzieć sobie to na offie już po spotkaniu. Ja bardzo, bardzo jestem ciekaw, na ile Wasza opinia czy Wasze odczucia zgrają się z moimi wyobrażeniami co do tych płynów. Tak więc liczę na otwartość. Kto jak może, ewentualnie potem się spiszemy. Także jeszcze raz witam serdecznie. Klaus, I just told that I heard you a lot and your RUMs is very, very bad condition and you know, you just want to sell it. You just looking for buyers for your casks. Of course, I'm joking, you know that.
I
Uh,
know, because it was a
so,
really long introduction of me.
so the power is yours. Let's start
Thank
the
you.
session.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. I've been really looking forward to have this online tasting together with you. My name is Klaus, and I come from Denmark, as I think Chris has mentioned that. And the brand Rum Nation is now on Danish hands in our company called Maguire. And I think Chris also told you about how Chris and I met each other in Whiskey Live a couple of years ago and had a good chat about rum, good fun as well. Drank a lot of rum together, and I think it was last year we were talking about could be good fun because I would like to invite Chris to our warehouse because we had a lot of cask, so we could talk about rum. He could taste some of the old rums we had in the cask, and also about the knowledge that Chris has could be really helpful for us to discuss about some of the rums. And I think we had two brilliant days here in February where we tasted many casks. We You told us about when you dig into every rum, and that was really good that you said what you thought about each rum, and that was also good help for me in some of the rums. So I think we did a good job together, and I think there could be some interesting stuff for the future together with Chris. So yeah, and about Maguire, I have made a small presentation of our company. I will try to share. Hopefully we
Give
can.
me a second. I need to allow you to do this.
Sharing is not. I'll send a request to you.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, you tell me.
Okay. Can you see everything?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No.
Okay. Mhm. Hmm. Interesting. Hmm.
Ah, yeah.
Here we go.
Starting
Yeah.
to
Good.
yes.
Good. So, Maguire Group was established back in 96 of five guys that would they love to drink whiskeys in the old time. And that was where everything was started. And for the first 5 years, no one was paid. It was just a hobby for them. So they did many tastings with whiskeys, etc., etc. But in 2002, they got a phone call from US, and there was a brand called Ronza that was looking for distribution in Denmark. And our CEO, he said, okay, they could send some samples of the Ronza to the company. And then they tasted it and they loved that kind of brown spirits and also the taste because aged rum was not really known in Denmark that time. And they took some of the samples of the bottles and went to the wine stores and liquor stores and sampled them for the managers and owners. And all of these owners and managers at that time, they said there's no future for aged rum in Denmark. It was only Bacardi, it was white rum, it was rum was just for mixing for cocktails. But then they went for some tastings and fairs with the Orange Cup had that in these days, and people they guess they should guess what is in the glass. Was it whiskey or was it? And everybody thought it was the best whiskey they had in the glass, and then it was aged rum from Guatemala. And later on, Giorgio bought Ronzacapa, and we should not continue to distribute the brand, but Maguire has been the pioneer in Denmark with importing and distributing aged premium rum. We have distributed Eldorado in the past as well. We still have Millenario. A lot of brands have been through our hands. And in 2018, one of our very good cooperation partners called Fabio Rossi. I'll come later on back to him yet later on, and he contacted us and said, "Okay, if we could be interesting to buy his rum brand, Rum Nation, because we have always been really good selling the brand, and he was just on his own." So we decided to buy the brand from him on a contract for 5 years. The company overuse, as you can see, it was founded in 96. This year we have 30 years anniversary. We are 16 employees. In the old days, there was only a couple. We do all the production, bottling, and distribution, and we are specialized especially in premium rum. We in Maguire Group, that's the mother company, and then we have Maguire as there's the company that doing all the sales and distribution in the retail market. Then we have Maguire Export, and then Maguire Export is a company that doing distribution, not distribution, but selling the Rum Nation brand and bottles to our export markets. And then we have a company just called Rum Nation. And then we have Maguire Spirits and the production. Because in 2023, when the contract with Fabio was over, we talked about what should we do. Should we continue in Italy to make the blends? Should we continue in Italy to make the bottling? And we thought it was a little bit complicated. So we decided to move everything to Denmark because we had the space for it. We had 800 square meters, so we could do a place where we could make a bottling plant and also blending facilities. So that was our idea, so we could be more flexible. We could have everything in our hands. So the thing was that we have always been we have loved rum in our company, even that we also distribute whiskey and gin, etc., etc. But one of the things has also been rum, and we have tasted a lot of rum during the years. So therefore, we thought we could have the knowledge to do this and to continue with the brand because the brand was founded back in '99 of the Italian guy Fabio Rossi. And this guy here, I don't know if there's some of you that know him, classic Italian guy, and he has also a whiskey brand called Wilson & Morgan, and do also the brand called Millenario. And today we have 16 markets where we sell the Rum Nation brand. But Fabio Rossi has always bought rum in bulk from different origins. But also something he also bought cask and moved it to Torino, where he had an aging center for his with the rum. So many of the rums has only been tropical aged for maybe between 2 to 5 years. Some of them will, of course, must be maybe 8, but many of it has just been bought very young and then moved to Italy. So he had a lot of cask when we bought the brand, and he said to us, "Okay, I think you should think about that. It could be really good for you to buy these cask for the future and also to build up the Rum Nation, especially in the premium rums as the rare rums we do." So we do also we do different ranges in our rum nation. We do our core range, we do decanter range, as you can see, and we do rare rums, and that's the ones we taste tonight. That's things that for rare rums, some unique things we that Fabio bought in the past, and some old stuff. And many of he also the first thing when he discovered rum, because his company has always been really good at whiskey. So he went to UK, to Scotland, and on one of his trips he discovered some rum barrels with Jamaica rum and Guyana rum, and he tasted it and thought it was really interesting. So he bought some of these casks and bottled it. So you can find some really old bottlings, but it was first in 99 that he made the brand. And many people they are asking about why do we do the stamp as a signature on many of the bottlings? And it was because he was a stamp collector when he was a child. And in Rum Nation, we don't do any kind of blends. It's only single domain rum. We play with the cask, and I think also Chris has told you about that. We use a lot of sherry cask because we think that the sherry cask gives some really good body to some of the rums. But we can talk about that later on. And yes, you can see on this one, sorry. This one, there's a small part of the warehouse. The photo behind Chris is from our warehouse. We have our own bottling plant. We have this is a hand bottling machine we have in our bottling plant, but we do also have a machine where we can do 1,200 bottles per hour. But hopefully in the future we can do a little bit more, so we can make that kind of numbers. So this is about our company, and we do also as on the Danish market. We are a brand owner of Rum Nation, but we are also distributor of 70 brands in Denmark. And it's whiskey, it's gin, it's bourbon, it's cognac, and this is some of the brands. It's Abuelo from Panama, it's Hayman's gin from UK, it's Tomatin whiskey from Scotland. We have Warner's gin, and then our two brands, Michichu and Rum Nation. Wilson and Morgan is the independent bottlers of whiskey. So was something about our um, our company. Yes. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Do you have something in the glass right now?
Ah, you didn't allow us.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
could you? Hopefully that you have started to taste some of the rums.
I remember one meeting. I don't remember 3 years or 2 years ago. After more or less 2 hours of talking,
Yeah.
the special guest IQ, people started to ask me on WhatsApp and the Messenger when we started to drink.
Yes, it's really because I know also from other online tasting, it's really important that the people have something in the glass. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guys, you have on the chart the turn of our lineup tonight. So I think we should start from Panama, Morel Hermanos, and yeah, we can talk a little bit about the company, about the process of production process.
yeah,
But I think the more important thing is about your feelings. What do you think about the liquid? What do you
yeah,
think? What do you think? What we could do about this? Is it
yeah.
good already or not? So. And
because when we do the cask management, we have about close to 300 cask in our warehouse of different origins. And we know that we have a cool climate like in UK, so therefore maturation in the cask are really long. There's not so long much angel share.
mhm.
And our warehouse is not isolated, so it's the temperature can be cold, but it
Yep.
can also get a little bit not a tropical warm because it's not the temperature in Denmark,
Yeah, of course
but
not.
in the summertime it can be a little bit hot. So
Yeah, and that's why we have to mention about this,
yeah,
that we are planning to come back to your place, to your
yes,
warehouse
yeah,
in September,
September,
if I
yeah,
remember. Yeah, in the
yeah,
middle of September.
yeah,
So I think I have already 4 or 5 really nice guys who
brilliant,
want to visit your place and
yeah,
work a little
brilliant.
bit about the
Looking
casks. One of them are here on the meeting.
looking
We
forward
have one.
to see
Very
you
good.
and host you in September.
Yeah, we have to talk
But
about this
yeah,
because we have to plan the
sure.
hotel,
Yeah. And I
the
know also that I will send
transport.
you, I will inform you about everything about what we are talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
jacuzzi and the sauna and
We need
all.
to do this as far as possible
Sure,
because I need to plan it and to
sure,
say
sure.
to my people,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
costs
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
So,
But when we,
guy, yeah, go ahead.
general question already, will both be attending Rumfest Paris this year. I will join the Rumfest Monday, the 20th of April. I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
But
Uh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But about our liquid and now about feelings about what we're doing, we buy rum generally. If you talk about the rum from Panama, from Varela, we buy the rum in bulk, not in cask, but we buy it in bulk, and then we add, for example, some of it to cask in our warehouse and just leave it for another maturation. And
Or
one
just for
thing,
Ram Explorer.
exactly, yeah, just for home explore, yeah.
I just
But
said it.
yeah, but one thing that are really interesting for us as well is to discover with the rum in the future about if we buy in empty cask from Portugal that's been tonic port could
Mhm.
be really good maybe for the Panama rum. Could also be interesting to get some empty cask from Madeira to add some rum. Could also be very interesting to use Calvados cask because we know that as an independent bottler, it's also important that we try to develop the liquid we buy. And I think the cask is so important, especially for the liquid, because there's we do also our core range where we add sugar and etc. But for the premium style and for the rare rums, the cask is really important that we look for some really interesting cask. Also, of course, good bourbon cask, sherry cask. But I was in touch with a guy the other day, and he also said, for the future, now we have a small crisis, but it's really important that in the future that our business, especially as an independent bottler, will find some more innovative way to um, age the rum in different new type of cask. So we have decided in the future that we will do that because we also import port wine from Portugal, so we have the opportunity to find some really good empty port cask where we could add the rum. We have also done some rum together with we bought some empty rye cask from distillery in Denmark, and I tasted that cask the other day, and it was absolutely fantastic. but it tasted of rye whiskey and not of rum. But it
Yeah.
was absolutely good. But now we could just see that these 2.5 years, the rum has been on that cask was too much. So, but we have the opportunity to make a good product because then we can make a blend with a rum from a bourbon cask. It's from Mauritius, so it's not a blend of different origins, but it's from the same. And then we can make some really good a good bottling in the future. But it's interesting to see, and also I think virgin oak is really interesting to use as well, just for a finish. And we were also talking about some really crazy ideas because in Denmark we have a lot of not a lot, but we have some few wineries, but they do wines of on fruit. So it could be interesting for some of them that are doing apple wines, like a brand apple brandy. It could also be interesting. We have a really famous winery that is doing a lot of cherries. To buy some of these casks, could just be one cask and see how a rum could develop in a cask from this. Because I think it's important, especially as an independent bottler, to be just not another independent bottler because there's many independent bottlers in the world, and there's two famous, really famous, Plantaray and Villiers, of course, but there are a lot of others that are doing. So therefore, we need even that we are an old brand that's over 20 years old, yeah, 25 years old, is that when we just need to keep on to develop, to be innovative, and also for the future to find some new origins. I spoke also with you, Chris, about new origins for the future because it's interesting. And as a rum drinker and also as a rum bottler, and for you guys, I think many they're thinking always about rum from Caribbean, and because this is the heart of rum. But today there's a lot of new interesting stuff going on around the world. We will taste. I think it's an Australia one tonight. Yeah, and also there's a lot of new distilleries in Africa. I think that could be some really. I've tasted some from Ghana, some really good liquid from Ghana,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
yeah, and there's a lot of distilleries also in Australia, not been lay, but there are a lot of distilleries in Australia, and that could also be really interesting. India do some, and yeah, many, and US do also a lot of rum. So many places can do, and I think that also you tasted some of the rum from Dropworks, the new distillery in UK we talked about. And we bought some cask from these guys. They do some amazing stuff. So if you have the opportunity to taste some from England, it would be a good experience for you. And there was a question I could see.
Yeah.
Maybe let's get to first sample. Yeah, sure.
Barnaba,
I
where are
thought it
you?
was.
Where are
I
you?
thought
I
it
can
was.
see, I can see. But yes. Why not use barrel that is exact of it? Might be interesting to use barrel that had some local product in before.
Yeah, aquavit. It could be. It could
Mhm.
be. There's a little bit aged aquavit. Could be interesting to try and do something. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Klaus. I think we should
Yeah.
start. We
Sure.
should start to taste. The first thing, guys, is Varela Hermanos. I don't think I met a lot of rums from independent bottlers, of course, came from Varela Hermanos because the most known rum from this distillery is Abuelo, which you know is super delicate, sweetened, and it's just good. But I think I met one or two single casks from Vera Hermanos, and this one is the third one. And I was super curious about this one. And when I tried first time, my reaction was, wow, I like it. It's probably, of course, 10 years ago, I also liked Abuelo and I like it. I still like it. But I think I'm in the place of trying RAM in our industry in on another level. So I'm trying to find something unique, not for the mass market. And this is, in my opinion, one of it because it's unusual,
I think
guys.
one thing with the Barella we have in the glass is also that it's a high ABV compared to normally the Panama style. We see we can you can find some Panama from Comunidad Indie, etc. Some that can also be in the high ABV, but this is about 60 degrees, I think.
Uh,
And
yeah,
is
more or less. I don't remember.
yeah.
Mm,
So you got the full flavor from the rum, and I think it's really delicious. And that one year that's been on an ex-bourbon cask in Denmark has been really nice, really nice.
yeah. So, guys, 22 years old, 60 ABV. What do you think about this one? Not colored, not sugar added, straight from the barrel.
I was surprised that it's not sweet, because everybody think that Panama is sweet. This is not. This is excellent. Uh, Something like old caramel or very smoky caramel, something like that. Maybe not caramel, maybe something like the Demerara or even Molassa themselves. This is in the smell, this is in the nose, this is also in the finish. Um, it is also not so woody. I would expect that 22 years it will be as like licking the old wood,
Woody,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
Exactly.
This is not. This is the right age for this. It is start to be old house or old barn, but it still do not overtake this flavor.
Yeah.
For me, was almost perfect to bottle. I don't know what I will be do this. I have too little knowledge about it, but for me, excellent one.
So you'll not be scared to bottle it at
No.
60 ABV.
No, I was surprised that it's 60.
Yeah.
This is a little bit on the tone,
Yeah.
too much. But if you're thinking about this as a meditation rum,
Yeah.
sipping, that will be enough. Of course, not for everybody. For the beginners, it will be too harsh,
Yes.
too strong. But for
Yeah.
somebody who looking for just something small glass on the evening, 60 is very good one.
Super.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, so I quite frankly have kind of a different opinion on this one. Uh, it's not very interesting for me. I mean, it has layers to it, of course, and for me at the start, I mostly feel a bit of like I don't know, burnt caramel is an okay way to describe it. Uh, I also like the old house kind of
Yeah.
description, but
Yeah.
in general, this rum is I find it for the age that it has. I would say, well, it is indeed balanced. For me, it lacks interest. It is not something um, life-changing that I would expect a RAM at this age to be. And I suppose also at this cost, because I assume that a 22-year-old RAM does not come free.
I would say that you can get Panama. Panama rum is not too expensive compared to if we talk about rum from Guyana and Jamaica.
Yeah.
So for I can't remember the price right now, but it's reasonable price for the Panama rum. Of course, it's not cheap, but it's reasonable price.
So that's good to hear. And I would say that while this is good, I would not myself purchase a bottle.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we have a chat. On the chat we
I
have. Yeah.
I must say that I'm totally agreeing with Jacek on the matter of taste and nose. Very similar feelings, and the taste is very vibrant and very pleasant, and it's very well round. Like you didn't get any of this fire from 660 ABV, and on the nose it's very sweet, and the finish is very dry, which is very surprising. But I also agree that as for the 22 years old, it's I would expect it would be more complex.
Okay. You have on the chat from Florent. Usually not a big, he is usually not a big fan of Spanish styles of rum. This one, he's the spot, well balanced. I would have more.
If I can just add a thing,
Yeah.
yeah, because usually I'm more like the fan of Guyana, Trinidad, and well, other styles of rum. And I will agree with the guy before that if I go for an independent bottler's bottle, aged rum, longer aged rum like this one, barrel proof, yeah, I would also expect like more layers, more complexity. But I would add also, yeah, really don't be afraid to go for Spanish style of rums because there is probably also, the idea that they are less interesting than the other one, which, well, I will agree too. I will agree with this idea. Most of the time they are less interesting, but I think we kind of lack very interesting, very in-depth one that some that could maybe surprise us. So I'm really still looking forward for like a Spanish style of rum that is cask strength, lots of layers. So yeah, keep exploring this direction because I would definitely be interested in trying something like that. And
We'll
this
try
one is already very
to
good.
do our best to do some development with cask with that style because we have plans about as I said that I think that could be interesting to add that kind of rum on corny cask from Portugal. I think that could be really interesting to give a finish on port cask.
Yeah, maybe. We talk about this one, I think.
We did.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, the next message from the chat. The finish is very interesting. The start indicates sweetness, but then goes to straight to the red fruits and barrel. Yeah, I agree. Uh, from Dusan Huska, surprisingly good from for a Panama, and like the finish and the ABV is just right. I would never have guessed this in blind tasting. Yeah, I agree. Thank you. For me, it's a little too sweet. It's very well balanced. I wouldn't guess the ABV in blind tasting. And I could agree with Bartur. Yeah, that it's not that complex. Okay, and Zarwana nocka, będę szybko spadał, Panama. Zdecydowanie niegotowe. Ok, lubię Jamajkę, więc dla mnie fajna i Guadalupe mnie zaintrygowała. Guyana, Trinidad bardzo ciekawe, mocne zioła. Super. Pleasant notes of tobacco and coffee appear. Abuelo is not of the first rums I came to like. but never tried anything from this distillery as a single cask. So just for this, I love it. Great. On the rum itself, it gives nice caramel sugar pitch on the nose. Tastes quite bitter, not too much for me. Reminds me of some of Guyana. Intense and concentrated, but maybe lack complexity for the age and ABV. But lovely to try. Nice. Oh, next one for a nice to. Okay, thanks. Okay, super. Okay, guys, can we move to the next one? Okay, let's do this. So we are in Mauritius, Grace.
And the Greece distillery was really interesting because just before we should um, move everything of cask to Denmark, Fabio has invested in 200 cask of 200 liters rum each from Grace, and there was molasses, and there was also cane juice rum, and there was the molasses that was distilled in 2016, and there's also some molasses from 2019, and the sugarcane juice from 2019. And I think the one you have in the glass, I think is that from 2016. I think it's a really lovely product. It's tropical aged for 4 years. It's really, really nice rum. We did this last year. We did a cask versions of 8 years old Mauritius. We think it was good. It was really there was many on Whiskey Live that was really happy about it. And the funny thing was that Yannick from Grace Distillery, he heard some rumors about our bottling. So he went up to us and he would like to taste it because, of course, as an independent bottler, sometimes you you can do what you want with the rum. But again, we didn't add anything. It was just the barrels that should tell the story on this one, and I think it's nice. Again, you got rum that is not too expensive on the shelf, but you got a really nice rum, and I think it's also the ABV here is a little bit high. I think it's plus 60, isn't it, Chris?
Let me check it. I don't remember. This one is
63.9.
63.9. Yes.
Yeah, 63. Yeah. So that's a the ABV can be a little bit too high. I think sometimes when I taste the rum, many of the rums open up about between 54 to 56, then the hour in the mouth. But it depends, of course, the style of rum and where it's from, which distillery it's from, and etc. etc.
I remember during our work in your house that I'm not sure which one was it, but I remember that we tried straight from the barrel and the same ram with lower ABV. I think it was between the original one was 65 or
68.
6 something or
Yeah.
60, yeah, and we choose 50 or 55
Yeah.
was very, very nice, much
Yeah.
better than the
Yeah.
original one.
Yeah.
So the water did a lot of things there.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. It was very nice.
So when we do the work with the cask, we have a meeting in our cask management group. So every second week or third week, we select 10 to 12 cask, taste them, make our notes about, okay, is this rum ready, or should it kind of leave, or should we just stop the aging process with that one. So we followed the cask, many of them really close, especially some of the old stuff. Now it's really important. Chris tasted some of the old stuff also when you visit. visit us.
Yeah. So, guys, Grace Mauritius, what do you think about this one?
For me, this rum is all about coconut. It's like from the top to down, straight coconut. The nose is excellent, like very sweet coconut, chocolate,
I agree.
marmalade.
Yes, I
And
totally agree. Yeah.
And then the taste, it's still coconut, but less sweet. Plus, I feel some like green green fruits, a little bit of wood. Great balance. It's 64, but it tastes like 54, so something like that. And then the finish is also coconut, but now very dry. So I must say, I'm a huge fan of this. I have never tasted so much coconutty rum, apart from the one that like plantation that have the coconuts inside the cask. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. Great one.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Well, I tried this one because I saw. I think Klaus, the barrels from Grace, you have much more than the rest one of barrels.
Yeah, we have about close to now we have about 160 barrels of Mauritius rum. And the cask we received, it was not in bulk. They arrived in a container the day before the 24th of December 2 years ago. But that was again two trucks and they were just filled with barrels from Mauritius.
Yeah.
So it was a nice Christmas present for us, but couldn't manage to empty the the container. So we needed to find a guy that had a special truck to empty it. So we had some good fun, but that's
Yeah.
another story. But we did also in the past. We bought another part of Mauritius rum, and that time we tried to, well, we started to um, make that development with cask. So we bought some rye cask, empty rye cask from Stauning Distillery in Denmark. We bought some virgin oak cask. We bought some first fill bourbon cask also from Jim Beam. So when we received the rum, we took the same rum and we just added in different types of cask, and therefore we did that, and we did also a little bit on sherry cask as well. So the same vintage we have added to different cask, and that's really nice and really exciting to discover how these fresh casks can do with the liquid. So therefore, we decided last year to make a triple cask in our core range, where we used some virgin oak, bourbon cask, and sherry cask for the Mauritius. But and again, I spoke with Yannick that from Grace, and they would love to sell us some more Mauritius. So I'm happy to do that. I like to buy that, and I look very much forward for. I think next year we'll release cane juice rum from Grace.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, really, really. And anyone else want to say something about this one?
Yeah, for me, this one is fantastic. Absolutely. Uh, it's complex. I find quite a lot of TDL notes in it, that characteristic eucalyptus, those leaves, that kind of notes. It's not as strong as in TDL, but still it goes there. Uh, I absolutely agree with Barnaba that it in no world does this drink like 64% rum. No, absolutely not. It's very smooth. Yeah, this is absolutely amazing. I tried adding a bit of water. It opens up. I generally think that for a release to the general public, it would be unwise to bottle them at barrel strength because I found this much more of an enthusiast release. But at the same time, this is just amazing. I love
Thank
this.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great. Okay, okay. Anyone else? You can text from on the chat or say
Just,
yeah.
I just wanted to add, yeah, I think this one is nice because it echoes the previous one, which was nice, sweet, but maybe like a bit of complexity. Here it's already, I don't know, it's still nice and approachable because it's coconut. It's not super funky or something unnoticeable. At first, coconut really reminded me something more like Belize rather than Mauritius. Not that I have a big experience with Mauritius, but I have Penny Blue, and this one is completely different. Uh, yeah, very nice. And since it's also 10 years old, I guess this is something that would be also probably cheaper than a longer aged one, and it works. So yeah, like that one.
Nice. That's nice.
Thank you.
Okay, from the chat, Mauritius in the aromas pleasantly welcomes with fruity notes accompanied by vanilla and trace of leather. Nice. Okay. Pavel, I like it. It's complex and nice mix of fruits and woody notes like caramel, vanilla, even some herbs here and there. Yeah. Okay. Mm, Mauritius nose, not very intense, like old agricole, orange peel, coconut, sweet perfume. Taste excels in taste. Great. I can see it. Great. What? Uh, ABV not border similar to smell plus cake in rum. Wetwood. Wetwood is not always pleasant, so if someone like it, it's good. It's good for the rum. Grass finish, medium floral coconut. Wow. The first width was old, musty sour, and full of produce years. Like this smell very much. Nice. Okay. The taste is quite similar to the aromas, but in my opinion, it's could age a bit longer. Yeah. Okay. It needs a bottle, please. I need the bottle, please.
I'm happy to
Bertie,
hear
we have to talk about
that.
this. You can come with us to the warehouse in September. September?
Yeah.
September. Yeah. As someone said, you can feel that TDL like trail here. Yeah. Now that everyone mentioned TDL, definitely get on the move, and that's really nice. Nice. Okay. It says a lot,
Thank
Klaus.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's
It says a
I'm
lot.
really thankful and pleased about what you say about the RUMs. The way we also do the work with some of these casks when we do a bottling. It's not the single cask, but if we do more a limited edition or when we do to the core range, we select some barrels and then we think about how should the taste be for that bottling. And first thing we decide is that for the core range, we need to add a little bit sugar sometimes because this has to go to make our daily bread. And we know many of the general consumer would prefer some rums with a little bit sweetness.
Yeah.
But again, we try to reduce the sugar content all the time in our range. But again, we can see the best-selling product we have is the Panama with 19 grams sugar per liter. Yeah. But when we do some more, what we talk about, where we have some more higher ABV and do a limited edition, then we say, okay, we think about the rum could be nice between 52, 56, or 58. So we make between 5 to 6 samples in each ABV, and we taste them, smell, see, and we have different, as you know, different rums depending of the ABV. And then we decide sometimes that could be interesting to say, okay, the RUM in 53 and 54, they're good in, for example. And then we do the next step is that we make the ROM at 53.2, 53.4, 53.6, and 53.8. And then we taste again and decide which of the ABV we choose for this.
Yeah. Okay. I remember you mentioned about the sweetened rum and sugar adding. I remember our first meeting, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe more years ago.
Yeah,
And I asked you about your lineup, your portfolio on the stand. I think it was in Paris, maybe. I'm
I
not
think
sure,
so.
but
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
maybe there. Um, and I asked you uh, why, when you have such a good single casks, your rare rums, why you have in the same time your sweetened line?
yeah,
Why? And you told me that time that uh, the single casks are for fun, for geeks, for different kind of uh, tasters, yeah. And but you need sweetened rum for the mass market to make money,
yeah,
and this is normal. And before our meeting, in my mind was no sweetened rum. We have to teach people that there is something more than only sweetened caramel, whatever rums,
yeah, yeah,
or sometimes not rums, only spirit drinks.
exactly.
And but in that moment, I understood that okay, you need to have both of ways. You need to go both of
Exactly,
ways.
because the way we do it is like a rum nation. There should be a rum for everyone in our brand. Um, and we know that the core range we have is the products that are making our bread every day because you get, as we said, value for money. Of course, many of you or you guys here today, many of these rooms will maybe you will not find very interesting because it's more like what we drink today that's really interesting and rare. But then in 2016, the Fabio decided to make that kind of rare selection because he has these old casks. So in 2016, it was decided to make these rare rums. And we could see that it has been interesting. And in the past, every year, the allocation for each country has been sold out. The last couple of years, it's been difficult, but before that, it was every year when there was the releases, they were sold out. And when we talk about the rare ROMs, we have also decided that if we have rare ROMs between 6 or 7 years old, up to 20 years old. They will be in 70 cl bottles in a white tube. But if they are more than 21 years old and more, they'll be in a square bottle with 50 cl. Later on this year, we'll release a 34 old Port Morong. There will only be 130 bottles for the market. We will also release a 21 years old Barbencourt, also in square bottles. You tasted them at the show, Ella, at you visit when you visit me. I think we tasted them together.
Okay. Anyone
Yeah.
else want to say something about this one, or are we moving to the next one? Hmm? The next one? Okay. So Guyana and more. Guyana and more. Okay.
Excuse me, can I interrupt already because I have tons of questions about that one, and probably you will cover them right away. You just said and more. This one was distilled in 2002, and I saw on the bottle is KFM mark.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, KFM is more the Versailles, one of the colored Versailles mark, just like the Rev, right? So is it column steel or post steel rum?
Just a moment. I have the
So sorry to know the sample that it's Versailles.
Uh-huh.
there's the more 2002. That's I have the here. It's the pot still.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I have to say I already tried it, and yeah, this is very good. This really reminds me of uh, the Guyana that was tried at Whiskey Life Paris that Krzysiek brought. And it was 32 years old, and I get similar notes from this. So at least for me, this is great. It does taste of alcohol quite a lot, I would say. You feel the alcohol, but it's not, again, like it's funny with good high ABV rums is that you never really feel them until you go to like 90%. Well, when you really have to acknowledge that this is borderline just alcohol. But I would say this is fantastic. And I think there was N more in that 32-year-old as well. I don't remember. But I feel very similar about this one, and I would be very happy to buy this. Although for the strength and and how dry is it, I would say that it might need a little bit of help if it was to be put into a bottle, because we really have to ask ourselves, or rather ask Krzysiek, what he'd like to accomplish with this bottle, whether it should be a bottle aimed at the general public, or should it be a bottle aimed at people like us who are on this meeting.
Yeah.
And also, this is another part of all those meetings, masterclasses, and stuff like that, is that I'm absolutely very happy to taste a multitude of different rums, because I am 100% okay that I will not like some of them. But if I am buying a full 700 milliliter bottle or 500 milliliter, well, in that case, I would have to, I would say that it is generally advisable to play it safe with bigger bottles, because if it's a sample, you cannot like it and there's not any loss. But if it's bigger and it's more expensive, then you might feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So,
That's
Krzysiek?
Once again,
Yeah. So what would we actually like to accomplish with this bottling? Would it be more focused on people like us on this meeting, or would it be more aimed at general public who are maybe more advanced than a bottle of Barbados rum, but at the same time still interested in rum that is safer and not because as I said, I feel that a lot of rums that we try on these meetings can be kind of risky rums that are very fun to taste in a sample because you're okay when you don't like it. But when you buy a full bottle and you don't like it, you are bummed, right? Because you're sad that you bought a full bottle of an expensive rum and then it turns out that you didn't really want to buy it. So what would you like to accomplish? Is it a safe bottle or is it more of a wild card?
There will
From this-
be these RUMs, NMOR 2022, will be for geeks like you. They'll be sold in a 500 ml bottles, because general consumers will not understand that type of rum at all. So therefore, if we put it in a 700 ml, it would be too expensive as well, I think.
I mean, my own opinion is that rum of this kind should be generally sold in 375 milliliter bottles or
Okay.
350s.
Yeah.
Because at least for me, I would much prefer to buy two bottles of different rum
Yeah.
for a bit more
Yeah.
than buy one bottle of a single rum. Because if you look at my alcohol storage, there are dozens of bottles that have been opened
Yeah.
and tasted. I never leave a bottle untasted, but I barely drink alcohol that I have. So I would actually, I believe that 100 milliliter is idiotically small. That's just a sample. 200 milliliter is like the bare minimum, which Hamden uses, for example, in their tasting set.
Yeah.
This is a very good size for a tasting set, but that's about it. And 375 would be like a perfect amount
Okay.
for a
That's a
general.
good. That's a good. I really I noticed that because it's good information. Because we do have a lot of these kind of rum on stock of these old stuff, and we have been discussing that also in the office. Should we do a couple of bottlings where we just do it in the 30 cl and a half bottlings? Because could be interesting. It could be interesting, yes, of course. So it makes sense. I will notice that. Thank you.
If
But I
I
thought, I
may.
thought, yeah, Floro, yeah.
Yeah, you can go. I will go after you.
Yeah, but Klaus, I think we talked about this when we met in
We
your
we
warehouse.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Something I would just add is something that may lack on the market is that, yeah, you have your entry level bottles, and especially if you talk about Guyana, you have the Eldorado line to discover them. And then they come up with the single steel if you're interested in single steels, but they're absurdly overpriced, like around 130 euro for a 40 degrees watered down
Mhm.
bottle that are usually between 10 and 12-year old, which doesn't make sense to me. And then already you will have your higher ends. I don't know what kind of price you had in mind for a 24-year-old Versailles steel RUM, but definitely not for mass market. And actually, I couldn't agree more with Arthur here, is that maybe what also lacks a bit on the market is some type of gateway for people who really want to become absolute nerds, and to have a set of small bottles and, for example, be like, okay, this is your barrel proof, let's say 15-year-old Moran, and here will be the same for the Versailles steel. You will have your Enmore one, the diamond one, maybe why not the DHE with the high stair rums from Guyana, just to discover the whole range and even go a little bit more into detail without having to absolutely break the bank or dig online to find some samples of obscure bottles that everyone wants to buy for 1,000 euro. So yeah, definitely 200 mil. I think I saw that from very few companies. Maybe SBS was doing that, like a set of four 200
They did.
milliliters
Yeah.
bottles.
Exactly. We talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, would love to have that more.
Okay, let me see what we can. But it's really good information to us. And as you said, Chris, we were also talking about it at the meeting. So thank you very much. I'll really think about it and go back to the team and talk about if we should do something like that. And I can, yeah, it could be interesting. I agree with you. I agree with you, but yeah.
Barnaba had that for of Jamaica for sure. It wasn't surprising from you.
No.
Okay, okay. I think Guyana knows fresh tea, leaves, vanilla, mint, then chocolate and tobacco. The taste welcomes you with sweetness, vanilla, and peaches with delicate touch of tobacco. Nice, very nice. I love that one. I'm not objective with PM and Versailles. Okay. Nose, the Merah caramel yellow fruits taste for me heavy on more wood, leather notes. Guyana is a very complex topic. This one is not for me. Okay. It's Barnaba here. Okay. Okay. This one is nice. It has the potential. Some interesting fruits notes, chemical notes, very intense. As much as I like ABV, this one is this one I feel ABV or whole body is hidden a lot of it. I feel like it could offer more. The real question is how to get it out of it. Yeah, okay. Uh, couldn't agree more. Plus one that more smaller one bottles. Me too, me too, me too. Uh, Actually available wouldn't be great. SBS is brilliant. We are not talking about SBS.
But they do some brilliant. I know.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah. Especially
I
when
know.
Josh he was in the house.
By the way, Joshua was the first guy who asked me what I'm doing in your warehouse. He was the
Yeah,
first guy. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
spoke with him for a couple of days ago.
yeah. Okay, guys, are we moving to the next one? Yeah. Okay. So,
Sorry. If I sorry, just one last question for Klaus. When you, let's say, for example, especially here in Guyana, you go and select a barrel. Uh, w- I feel like on the market there are lots of, especially for Versailles, REV and KFM barrels picked. So these are the colored one. I very rarely see the VSG mark bottled by independent bottlers, so the non-colored one. Do you take marks into consideration when you pick up one, or is just you see a barrel, you like it, and you pick it? How is the process going?
Uh, when we At the moment, we don't buy in more barrels at the moment of old Guyana rum because we have what we have. But when we go to the warehouse and choose the barrels, we do in that management, we do. But the thing is that uh, we said no thank you to some barrels in the past because they have been on peated whiskey cask. And for me, some geeks thinks that the rum together with peated cask is really interesting, but it depends really much of the rum and also about the cask. Definitely. But the problem is that also we know in DDL is that they add sometimes molasses to the barrels to make both color, but also you get that kind of strong licorice to the cask, or to the liquid. But for these casks, we have this, and we will not when we bottle like this, we will not add anything of color, nothing. That's I think for me, it's again it will for me it would destroy the product if we did that. I know that sometimes if we have a color that's more brown and more nice, it looks interesting for people. But again, the rum in that kind of that's for you geeks. It's what's it's talking about. So therefore, we will not add anything to it. It's just what it is from the brow. But of course, we taste the things, and if the cask where we think now it makes to that the break-even point, we need to take the rum off the cask and put it into maybe an old cask, but otherwise we can also put it in a plastic tank. That's also a possibility. I hope that was answer all right for you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I take everything.
Good. So brilliant. But we know that some of the younger Guyana rum they add the molasses directly to the casks to make that kind of both color but also the licorice taste.
Yeah,
But we have a quite a nice collection of Enmore 2002. So I think I will look into a kind of something
yeah.
for the future. Yeah.
Okay, guys, are you moving to the next one? Are you ready? Okay, can wait to sample. Okay. uh, TDL, Trinidad. Trinidad. Okay. hmm 16 years old, 63.3 ABV.
Yeah. That was a cask we bought from the guys in Liverpool called Main Run Company. Main Run Company is owned by ER Scare in Holland today, but the guys in Liverpool has a long history to buy in cask, especially from Trinidad, Guyana, Jamaica, etc. So in 2022, when I got the position in the company, I contacted these guys and asked them what they could have in stock of something that could be interesting for us to buy, because I could see that there was a lot of things from Guyana and Jamaica on the list from Fabio, but we needed also a little bit more from other origins for rums that could be in these rare rums. So I contacted them and we find some interesting stuff, and we invested in these casks because it could be really expensive. We should buy just one cask from Trinidad and ship it to Denmark. It'll be it'll be quite a lot of money. Yeah,
It's always easier from the bigger company when they buy
yeah,
many different things from the distillery. I
yeah,
remember when I first talked with Yash here, uh, it was, I don't know, before COVID, I think. And I was interested about their activity in the rum industry, how they are doing it, and how they are buying. And I was when they changed the office. They told me that I was the first guy. It was totally unplanned. I didn't know that before. But when I came to Amsterdam in that moment, I put on the map the old office, and they called me, Chris, which address you put on the map? I said this one. Oh, no, no, we just changed the office to the dock in the and almost outside the town. And in that moment, I realized that I was the first person from outside the office, from outside the company, who was in the new place, in the new office, in the new warehouses. So I could do many pictures, many pictures. Now we can do this because for safe. But I did a lot of pictures, and I showed them to Carson and to Niels, and they asked me, okay, this one not publish it, this one not publish
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I have a lot of these pictures, and
yeah,
I love it. I love this trip. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'm there every year because I'm organizing also the trip to this place.
yeah.
And this is a lot of fun because during the day we are in the office in their kitchen, and we are blending. We have kind of workshops there, and of course in the evening we are going to the town and red district area, everything. We have to see it. We have to do some fun trip over there. So yeah, so a lot of fun. And next day we are going to festival to IJmuiden
Yeah.
to Richard Blesgraf. Yeah. And but day before We are in the one distillery in Bronkhorst. The name of the distillery. The project is Scottman. You know Eric?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So time when we are there, oh, it's so terrible next day. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible, really. So,
You're a
so
young
yeah,
man,
very,
Chris.
very nice.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think about this TDL?
I'll just say very shortly because I'm a stranger to TDL because usually it's too minty and too and the mental is something that scares me away instantly. But this one is totally surprising because there is like no mental at all, maybe a little bit of mind, and Mm, it's surprisingly sweet on the nose, and I have added just a few drops of water and then again coconut after water was added. So I'm very surprised. But as Pavel has written on chat, too much, a little bit too much ABV. I think it should be a little bit watered down. Too much fire without the water, and but with the drops of water, it instantly becomes much better for me.
I think the best ABV on the TDL will be about 54 to
54,
55,
55. Yeah,
maybe
I
56,
agree.
but
I agree.
that's
I
yeah.
agree. And I tried somewhere, maybe in your warehouse, on our meeting, when you add some water, it's more fruity, it's
Yeah,
more fresh. It's
yeah,
very nice. It's much nicer than straight from the barrel.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, I tried some TDLs, but against Barnaba, I really love the mint in the liquid, especially when I feel a lot of tobacco, a lot of leather, a lot of woodiness, and some vanilla or some cocoa, whatever. And all of these things is crushed by the mint. I really love the mint, and I tried some TDLs, and I have them in my warehouse. So I really love it. And but this one is different, like you said. Yeah, this one is different, and it uh, it means that if you have on your shelf, in your bar or whatever, in your place, two different TDLs, you can show two different worlds of Trinidad rum. Of course, we can also show some Angostura, which is for the mass market, yeah.
Yeah,
But Angostura is in
yeah.
the middle, yeah. So yeah, so I like it. I'm not sure it's ready, but I like it. Yeah, guys, what do you think about this? And now,
Yeah. Um, Actually, I was very surprised because I'm a big fan of the TDL that are mint bomb, eucalyptus, wood, and even the dirty ones. In whiskey like Warsaw Krzyszek, let me try Company Descent TDL that was almost like a Caroni. This one was amazing.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but it's not gonna not everyone is gonna enjoy. That's for sure because it's very it's an archetype. Here, it's much more approachable. Everyone will like it. Uh, I I agree definitely with what Barnaba said about this one. For me, the ABV is not that strong, or maybe it's because it's already the fourth one. I'm not sure. Um, but I think if you keep it like that for someone who wants, yeah, as you mentioned, like a different TTL, it's good. And if you tune down the ABV, it can even be sold as a maybe cheaper product for someone who wants to get into TDL but doesn't want to buy Angostura. So maybe a good entry door. And maybe if you keep it more in the barrel, it can give a good surprise. So very versatile. Uh, Happy about that.
We did a limited edition some years ago, 12 years old, where we added the RUM. We did a finish in Oloroso Sherry cask for, I think, was it 9 months or something like that, with the TDL RUM, and that was really, 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 really good. But we made the ABV at I think it was about 54 or 53.9 or something like that. And that was a bottling in consumers loved very much. We did 1,400 bottles or something like that, and that was sold out during a year. So that was really nice to the different markets. But I think when we tasted it, and I said we needed the rum needed a little bit more body. So therefore, we decided to add it to Oloroso Sherry cask just for 6 months, and that was a good one for us to do.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Okay, anyone else? Or are we moving to the next one?
Yeah, every time I drink TDL, I am extremely happy with it. I don't remember when was it that I tried Angostura some years ago. I remember that it was not something I don't remember if it had those TDL notes that I understand today. But then I tried Colors of Rum, TDL, and I tried the absolute gem that you brought from Paris, from TDL. That was the 2000, and I fell in love. And ever since, for me, TDL is, I think, an instant hit. This is very good, but I agree that it's a little strong. I would definitely aim for those 54.5% ABV on release. Both because while I can, like, Krzysiek, I was with you on the Rom Deluxe, right? We drank 93%.
Yeah.
The fact that we can do it does not mean that it's more enjoyable than 55. I would actually argue that if you gave me a 55 and a 65, I would generally choose the 55 because it's just more enjoyable in general. And you know that I never shy from almost pure ethanol, but this thing would definitely benefit from being less concentrated, being a little diluted. That would be really a good choice, I would say. But in general, yeah, as most TDLs, this is very good. I don't know enough to comment on someone who said that that someone who loves TDL might be disappointed because they didn't drink enough of TDLs. But for me, this is number two on this
Oh,
meeting. I think we tried four of those. It's not that much yet. If it stays number two until the end, yeah, that would be great, but
Yeah,
cannot guarantee it.
I can say that we have the three cask at the moment.
yeah, I
Our
think we are
warehouse.
ISO 3 casks.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So you need to remember about me. Just let me know if you want to move one of these. Let me know. Okay, guys, are we moving to the next one, or someone want to say something about this one more? Yeah, no? Okay. So the next one is Australia. Billy, you know, uh, when I tried this one first time in your warehouse, Klaus, my only remembering in that situation, I remember Veria bottlings. And this is my these three rams for me was okay. I'm starting from this one. I tried different bottlings from Binley, and not always. I wasn't always happy about this liquid. Um, and of course, this Verrier was good, especially one of them. I don't remember which year. But one of these three bottlings was the best. But when I tried this one, I thought, okay, I'm happy that the Verrier didn't know it. Because I think I have a space, or you have a space, Klaus, to make something better than they did. So this was my thought, and
Yeah, I remember
now
we talked about it, and I was really pleased about so it was an honor, and we bought that cask years ago from in main rum company again because I thought that Australian rum could be really interesting. For many years ago, I traveled around as a backpacker in Australia. And on the East Coast, that was the first time I discovered a little bit rum. And it was also in my young days, so it's like, oh, that was a tough one for me, but it was interesting. So it was also, and I have read about some of rums from Benlay, so I think that could be really interesting to buy a cask. So I did, and we've been very happy about that cask, and it's from 2007. So next year is 20 years old. And I think we will, yeah, we could do something next year with the cask. They have these spicy notes. They have this liquid. They have a lot of flavors in in this liquid. We can really discover this powerful rum. I think it is a lot of wood, nice spices.
oh,
Yeah,
I love this one.
It much more intense on the earthiness, the very powerful dark earth, something like that. Also the dark, very dark chocolate or cocoa, almost not sweet, but it's still in the beginning is sugar sweetness. So that is surprising on the first sip. After that, just this earthness, the woodiness. It could be, I think this 19 years old. You would think correctly that in next year it will be enough
yeah,
for this because it's not so powerful in the woodiness like it was this for example Guyana. Guyana for me has a little bit too long. But in this the next year it will be interesting the best one.
yeah. I think I think that could be a really interesting bottling this one, and I agree with you that next year will be the year where could be the turning point for the liquid in the barrel. So yeah, and hopefully in the future that we'll find some more Benlay or some other Australian interesting rum we could buy and add in some cask. So yeah,
I have to say that it's so different than the classic Velier bottlings. I didn't try that many Vinlays, actually maybe like only a couple before, and I was a bit disappointed. It tasted a bit like I don't know, a bit like maybe like privateer or something, a bit more, a bit consensual, classic. This is so different, and yeah, it's really along the line of something I would definitely have on my shelf. Yeah, yeah.
brilliant. Wow.
For me, this is kind of similar to Guyana. It's very interesting, and this is kind of like I would say that this is a bit of a mix between Guyana and a hint of Jamaica. It has that cherry in it, but at the same time, this is not for me the star of today. But I would gladly have a sample. Unsure if I would gladly have a bottle, but this is quite fun.
Yeah. Fantastic. I'm really, really pleased about all the positive feedback you have on this, and it was so funny also when we did all the samplings in the warehouse because to select the cask and Chris he was jumping around on the barrels and and selected
like a
the
gazelle.
yeah, exactly, and the Indian.
I
Yeah.
remembered.
So it
I will
was
try
good
to
fun.
find this picture.
Yeah, it was good fun. He was hunting some cask, but it was a big. It was really really nice, and also about when we had these hours in the office and tasted the samples together and discussed about the rum and talked about the rum and also that as I said in the beginning that Chris was give me some thoughts about some of the cask. So it was really some really yeah, some good hours together and work with the rum and a cask and also we had some rums where you also said that it could be interesting to take the rum and add on that type of cask for give it a finish. Yeah. So I have written a lot of down in the office, so there'll be some funny stuff also in the future.
Also, I would like to correct myself. I have changed my mind. I would be happy to have a bottle of this.
Thank you.
Maybe I would still pick Guyana over this, but
Yeah.
it's like a fun middle point between Guyana and Jamaica, and specifically Enmore and Jamaica. So yeah, happy if you have spare bottles that you don't want or you have to dispose of, you can send them to me. Oh, some juicy stuff on the shot.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Is it
Tak było.
is it real or AI?
A little bit me, a little bit AI. AI. Yeah.
The rum is AI, but Krzysiek really has legs like that. Yes.
Yes.
Was dancing barefoot on the barrels, so
Can you send me a DM? Yeah. A
A super crazy moment. Yeah.
yes,
short
Krzysiek, you have to come like that to the next festival.
Yeah, I will.
Wrocław is in summer, so you will.
Yeah, I can do this, no problem.
This is an appropriate dress for that.
That was good.
Yeah, Whiskey
Good
Life
one.
Warsaw. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I can't because during Whiskey Life Warsaw this year is Whiskey Life Paris. I need to be in
And you go to the Paris one instead.
Paris. It's Paris.
Yeah.
Nothing is bigger
Okay.
in our world. Nothing. Yeah. So, uh, um, coming back to Billy, I like it a lot. I really like it a lot. So, this is the next thing we need to talk about it, Klaus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know this. I told you before. Okay, that's nice. Anyone else want to say something about this one, or are we moving to the next one? Because we are almost 2 hours and we have three more.
If I just run out of battery on this computer, I have another computer.
Who, you?
Yeah, I have another computer just beside me. If I run out of battery on this one, I don't have the electricity stick
Uh-huh.
for this one, but no worries. I'll jump on the
Okay, okay.
if I just if
So, guys, uh,
let's speed up.
what?
Let's speed up.
Yeah, yeah, I think we have to do this. Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, 2010, 16 years old, 60.5 ABV. Yeah, and let's try it. I remember when I first time tried Dominican Republic, I mean single casks, straight from the barrel, it had, I don't remember, 68 or something ABV. I was in shock. I was in shock because the only rums I knew before was Barcelo, Brugal, or these guys. I forget. I forgot his name. But super sweeted rum. Um, and in my opinion, the Dominican Republic is super boring, like Cuba, for example. But when I first time tried this kind of Dominican Republic, my reaction was, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, you remember. So yeah, it was super nice for me. And from that time, I tried to look around and search this kind of ramps. So when I saw it on the barrel, your warehouse, Klaus, Dominican
Yeah.
Republic, I said, "Oh, I need to try it." And yeah, and we have it in our glass. And tell me, guys, what do you think about this one? Maybe some history, Klaus.
The history about the barrel again.
Mhm.
We again, it's from the 2022. Above the selection of casks from Main Rum Company, they sent us samples, and I tasted these different samples at time, and I said, that could be interesting with an again and Dominican Republic, because again, when we started, as we tasted Varela in a high ABV, I was thinking about that could be interesting to have a Dominican in the future if the barrel could tell the story about with the liquid, because again, sometimes these Spanish styles rum can be, if they have been on the barrel for too many years, it can be a little bit woody. It can be more acidity in the taste, not nice. But again, this is I think the taste here is really nice, and for me is I think it can still we can get some more out of the barrel for the next coming years on this one. It could be really interesting, and you don't see much single cask with Dominican Republic that has aged in old aged in Dominican Republic. So that's that. We have that cask, and that's it. And I didn't thought that Chris find that really interesting. So in the beginning, because but 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 he found it really interesting, and for me, it's again, we could easily buy Dominican rum, and also with some age, but also a lot of in young aged, and added to cask. But it's difficult maybe to find something 12, 14, 15 years old, and buy that with that kind of a little bit of complexity, I think, still in this rum. I think it's nice. I think it tastes really good.
Guys, what do you think about this one?
And many of these things you have tasted today has been on bourbon cask. There's no one that's been on some funky cask. So this has been bourbon, most of it.
Yes, Chris told before, Dominicana is a kind of a tricky terroir, as like, yeah, most of the brands are kind of a boring, and it's hard to expect anything, any fireworks there. But yeah, when you put some age to the barrel, it's really nice. Of course, it's a Spanish rum, so well, you can a little bit expect what is going to happen when you drink it.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about Spanish rum, this one is damn good.
Thank you.
For me, it's
Then you're gonna have you're 60, about 60, 60 in the ABV. So it's a quite high ABV and could be interesting also to taste the rum again, about maybe between 55 to 57 or something like that. Could be interesting to discover the rum in these ABVs.
For me, it's have two phases. The beginning is sweet, almost nuts in the milky chocolate, something like that. So it starts, okay, this will be a sweet. The beginning of the taste is sweet, and then boom, open and do a lot of the sugar is just disappear and a lot of woodiness, a little of grassiness, or no, maybe not grassiness. This I cannot describe this properly in English, but it's completely changed after that. On the finish, is just do not have anything from this sweetness, this beginning of milky chocolate. This is not. This is this completely something different. I like it very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's because, as you also said in the beginning, all of you guys that, as Chris said, that rum from Dominican Republic is a good rum from the mass, the general rum consumer, because it's sweet, it's easy to drink, but for you guys, is funny to find something that could challenge a little bit from these origins. Yeah. So that's the Dominican.
Yeah, for me, this is I absolutely don't agree with the thing that this is a basic rum. I would say that it still goes into those. To be upfront, my girlfriend tastes quite a lot of sweetness in these rums. Quite a lot of you taste a lot of sweetness in these rums. I have no idea what happened, but I do not taste any. In any of those rums, I have not tasted any sweetness, like almost at all. But in general, for me, this one is it still has the depth that I would be very happy with. So, for example, the Panama from the start is for me at least because it's the least interesting of today. Uh, so this one is also very nice. It might be not as interesting because it doesn't aim at a specific direction, but at the same time, I would say that this is a good rum with quite a lot of layers to it and a taste that is. Yeah, I agree that this is more towards the stereotypical definition of rum, but it's not that close to it that it's boring. It's not a Barbados rum. This for me, I would be very happy with it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Klaus,
Wow.
it looks like you have many good barrels.
It sounds like
I'm frightened.
you didn't find them. Ah, you did. You did. Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, we have a lot of interesting barrels in our warehouse, and we do also have some few Worthy Park that has been on some whiskey cask in the past, and they are really interesting to taste. They have been on the Art Mall, so you have a slightly peat, and even that I said in the beginning that rum and that smoke and peat doesn't really fits really well together, but exactly in that Worthy Park, together with the with that one is really beautiful. We have some old few barrels of old Belize, and yes, we do. I don't know. And we also have some Fiji and we will release a Fiji one later on this year. We will release a Hampton also this year. So there'll be some funny stuff for the future. Again, with these stuff, we have an old cask. I think we talked about it, Chris, the old Nicaragua from '99, where we also talked about we should maybe give it a sherry finish on that web for
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be really good. We have some older Venezuela rum as well from Santa Teresa. So
A lot of things to try.
a lot of things to try. That's the tough job. We have some Hamden from year 2000 as well. There's some interesting stuff as well.
Yep, but do you remember which one cask we couldn't open on the right side of your house?
Oh,
We just couldn't open because we didn't have a thing to do this.
that's right.
I don't
That's right.
remember. It was Fiji or no, I don't remember now. But I was super curious about this one. But
I
we
can't
can do
remember.
this. We can do this next time,
Yeah,
of course.
we can
We
easily
will.
organize that when we have 5 people to open a cask. Yeah. So, but it's been interesting to work with these old cask and also to respect and listen to them and taste them because it's you have to respect these old things because many of these things you'll never find again. We have a couple of old Port Morans, eller Port Morant. Also, and now, as I told, we released a 21 years old Barbancourt from Haiti, and I spoke with the Pirin sales manager, and he said, okay, he hasn't tasted a 2004 Haiti before, but it was also a year where I think they sold quite a lot of bulk rum that year for customers around the world. But now the rum is really good. So there's some I can see that we also have one long pond cask from 2000 in our yeah.
Where was it? I don't remember. I saw it.
I kept it in a secret place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And two cask of New Yarmouth from year 2005. So there'll be a little bit more to explore, Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, are we moving to the next one?
Yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to add very quickly about the Dominicana that yeah, it
Mhm.
doesn't really work for me. I was more happily surprised about the Panama. And when it comes in general to Spanish style of rums, I would be very curious to try like something much more hard on them, like maybe like overly aged Spanish rum, like I don't know, maybe 40-year-old, like Velia released some 40, 50-year-old rums from Cuba that is more like a one-time thing because of some reasons. But yeah, I would still maybe like to try something that kind of like try to push the rum in its boundaries, or maybe with a cask finish. Lots of people compared this rum with some Barbados one, and like a couple years ago, they released the Equidem Foursquare with the Black Muscat finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, maybe also with the cask finish. Yeah.
I think also that Chris and I was talking about that could be interesting to when we have emptied one of the funky cask we have, take some rum from another, add to one of these maybe an old Hampton cask to see how the rum could develop and take some of these the best from this cask. So again, the development and to play with it, and we know that if it doesn't taste good, we can always drink it by ourselves. So no, but yeah. Oh, Chris, you can help me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to the next one. Guadeloupe, Pierre Labat. Pierre Labat, 8 years old,
Yes.
66.5 ABV.
Yeah. When we bought these casks, like this liquid, it was 5 years old, 5 years tropical aged on cognac cask. And then we received it. It was about 70% in ABV. And I have never, when I smelled the rum, there was so much dark bit of chocolate in the smell. But I think when we received it, I think could be good to just put it on some other barrels to get more age on the liquid. And we also reduced the liquid to these 65% because I think the 70% was too much because it could the influence from the barrel when the ABV is so high, the ABV can eat the wood.
Yeah.
So the liquid will just taste of wood, and I think that would really be really sad about. So we added a little bit water and added the rum on bourbon barrels. So 5 years in cognac cask, tropical aged on Marie Galante, Guadeloupe, and then 3 years until now here in Denmark on bourbon cask. We've got a really good feedback on Whiskey Live, especially in Whiskey Live Paris on the Pierre Labat. We did a rare rum Pierre Labat last year, and we got a really good feedback on that one.
Klaus, please remind me which rum was in peated whiskey casks? Savannah?
Oh, Savannah.
Savannah, okay.
Yeah, the Savannah was destroyed.
We can do some. I told you I have an idea what to do with
Yeah.
it.
Tasted the other day. I tasted it again, and I was really close to start crying because we bought these casks from Fabio Rossi,
mhm.
and we didn't taste it. We just bought them in 2022 because they were not expensive, but there was maybe also a reason why they were not expensive because it's been on old cow lilac cask, so the peated whiskey has just taken over the taste of the rum, and the barrels was also not really good. So that's not the rum hasn't been really aged that, and it's only been the influence from the peated whiskey has been crazy. So yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame because Savannah today is hotter than hell, and good Savannah tastes beautiful.
Yeah.
But I tasted we have some rim and neck in our warehouse as well, and I tasted the rim and neck the other day, and that was really beautiful in the taste, and they are 10 years now. So I think that could be interesting for the future to do something with the rim and neck. We don't see much rum independing from that small distillery. So and we do about 8 casks of them. But tastes good. Tastes good. Yeah. What do you think about the Pierre Labat?
What do you think about this, guys?
So a funny thing is that this is from Guadalupe, and it kind of my first. I know it's kind of like a manifestation of smell, perhaps, but the first smell that I felt was church water, like holy water in the church. But in general, as for an agricole, this is great. It's both an agricole. It's inoffensive as an agricole. It's not the traditional agricole style of well, unaged agricole is just a whole different world. This is much more tame. And if I wasn't told that this is an agricole, I would figure it out. But I do think that this is absolutely drinkable for most people if they don't like agricoles even. So this is a huge, I would say, compliment. It's complex, it's nice, but I suppose you have to like agricoles to really enjoy it.
Thank you.
Bartek, sorry, but how does church water taste?
No,
How do you
it
know
smells,
it?
it smells like
I
coins.
thought the same.
Like you do just this thing, yes? Don't
No.
taste.
In the
Okay.
mouth, yes.
I'm gonna tell you. So I'm from Kraków. So this, if you don't know, Kraków is generally speaking.
Has a lot of churches there, you know. He can.
Yeah, no, it's like a dystopian city in Poland, and there's a lot of people. So in general, I would say how does church water smell? It smells like coins because a lot of people touched it and left their bacteria and weird stuff in it. So yes, I suppose this is kind of the first smell that hit me. The smell of
Oh,
people's unwashed hands, I suppose.
this is the
An
best I've heard
amalgamation of
about it
them.
so far.
Fantastic. But it was also one of my ideas with when we bought the when I tasted the sample of the Pierre Labat in the past, and I thought that okay, this rum that was made on juice could be that rum where people that not has discovered the cane juice rum or agricole rum, that could be a good start for them because there's some of the agricole rum can be too elegant or too much for some people. I like the agricole rum as well, but for some people it can be a little bit too much. But yeah, rum can be much.
I'm very happy with it. It's both an agricole and just an amazing rum. So
Thank you. I'm really pleased about all the nice words you say about the rum you tasted. I'm really happy about it because it's always interesting, especially when we are in a community where all of you are experienced in drink rum for many years and discovered a lot of rum. So to get that feedback from you, it's really appreciated. Thank you very much for this. I'm really pleased about it because
I'm
it's difficult when you, of course, we when we are in the warehouse and work with the rum and taste the rum and we think, oh, this is good, it's good, okay. But again, when we have these rums and it's always exciting to pronounce them on the festivals to get the feedback from, especially from the community that drink a lot of rum. Because if we make a mistake or two mistakes, it will there will be kind of a rumors about the rare rums they are boring from Rum Nation. So we need really much to look into to what we do of these things. So I'm really happy about what you say, and I listen very much to all the things you give in feedback. Thank you.
Bartek, sorry for laughing, but it was one of the most unusual comparisons I have ever heard about drums. And about this one, yeah, on the nose, it's absolutely amazing that it got so much flavors. Like you are absolutely aware that you've got extremely diverse competition when you're speaking about agricultural RUMs, right? We've got hundreds of propositions, and this one, yeah, it's very approachable when we are speaking about the nose because it's not only the grassiness and the flowers, but it is also something from like strawberries or other fruits, but also something pharmaceutical. So it's really nice to like just I love to smell rums. It's for
Yeah.
me equally important as tasting rums. So I
Ah, of
like to
course,
spend
yes, totally
a
agree.
lot of time
Yeah.
with my nose in the glass, and it's fascinating with this rum
Yeah.
what you can discover here on the mouth is more like grassiness and the flowers. I don't feel so much fruit in there, but as you have told before, it's very approachable. It's not that kind of very hard agricole rums.
Mhm.
And yeah, I like this one.
Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
surprised that was 66% because it's not so ABV feeling. And for me, this is 8 years ago, years old,
Yeah.
because it still have these agricole notes. What is different, most of even 3 years old, especially in the French oak barrels, just lose everything. In here, 8 years, it's still these beautiful flowers for me, the freesia is still there. It's still on the smell. It's still on the taste. In the taste is a lot of course, the French oak, which is typical for this, but it's not too powerful. It's still in the mouth. It's still in the finish. It's still these agricole notes, grassiness, earthness. So I love it. This is one of the best aged agricole rum that I taste. For me, it could be
Ooh.
just right and put on the bottles and send to me at least three of them.
Okay.
Okay. It's
Wow.
very, very strong words, Jacek. You know what I'm saying about it.
Wow.
Yes, I know.
Very strong words. Okay. Okay. I respect.
Wow.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just agree with everything that has been said before. It's aged, but it's still very agricole-ish. And usually I don't really like the this one specifically. Here it's really well balanced between approachable and it can really drag people into liking agricole style. I prefer usually like the Clairin style of ROMs. But yeah, this is definitely a good entry point. Also 8-year-old, so unlike the extremely aged agricole one like 16, 18, which are absolutely expensive, this one probably, yeah, if you bottle it already right now, people will still be able to afford it. If you age it for more, probably it's gonna target yeah, people who really can put the money, I guess,
Yeah.
on the desk. Yeah. So yeah, good as it is.
Thank you.
Okay. We will talk about this. Okay, guys. Are we moving to the last one? Many people could say creme de la creme, but I don't think so. I mean, Barnaba, yeah, for you, yes, for sure. But I'm saying this because, not because it's not good, but many Rams tonight was very, very good. So I don't think, or maybe you change my mind, this Hamden won't be the best of the evening, but it's still very, very nice for me. So I'm super curious about your your feedback. because again, we can compare this one with classic 8-year-old or even different bottlings from other independent bottlers. But I've had a chance to try a lot of Hamdens because it's hype for this distillery, these bottlings, especially from Velier. But and for me, I see two different worlds. Uh, World of great marketing and world of nature. So I can compare them both, and I can feel the difference. So this one is one of these who can compare with the big marketing in Europe. But now you can try it and say to us, what do you think?
Sorry,
Wait,
very quickly. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, very quickly. I just have a question because I didn't see the mark of this one being mentioned. I'm gonna throw a guess. Is it LROK or is it another mark?
You know what? We are not sure. Klaus, do you remember? We are
No,
not
yeah,
sure about
we're
the
not sure
mark.
because I was not informed about the
Yeah,
mark on
yeah.
these 2012. So,
So
and
unfortunately, we don't know it.
and I think we asked Kim from Rom Deluxe as well if he could help.
Mhm. Yeah.
He was not sure. So I don't have any mark on that one. I'm really sorry, but because that could of course be very interesting
No
and
problem.
important.
it has that kind of weird popcorn taste that's a lot of Hamdens have for me. I know not many people share it, but at least for me, Hamdens very often taste of popcorn.
Yeah.
It's as for the strength, it's not that strong. Mm,
Because it's a really I think is that 68?
yeah, 68.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually quite sweet. The first one that of the rounds today that I would actually call sweet. At least at the start, the finish is not sweet. I mean, it's disproportionate, and in general, I really enjoy a lot of different drums. So
Yeah.
this for me is, I would say, in the top 50% of today. Not sure how I would place all those, but it, there were a few outliers, but in general, this is quite nice. And I wouldn't say it's a very special Hamden per se. It's sweeter than the average Hamden. But at the same time, I am not sure if I can reliably find any real differences to what I expect of the typical Hamden profile. It's a very enjoyable Hamden, but it's not eye-opening.
Hmm.
No.
But then again, it may be because I just know how Hamden in general tastes like, while
Yeah.
the other distilleries are not that well known to me.
So it depends what you expect.
Yeah, exactly. If I expect a Hamden and I get a Hamden, fantastic. But if I expect
But
nothing and I
but
get something it's more interesting.
but look on the market. In my opinion, there is too much typical Hamdens
Yes.
around Europe. Uh, I know different independent bottlers who bottled some new Yarmouth, some Hamdens, and of course there is a little difference. There are a little differences between of them, but in general, you try it and you know it's new Yarmouth, and and you are going to the point that you're starting to think, okay, I'm not gonna buy another bottle because this is the same.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna agree with you on even more. There is just a lot of Jamaican, and I do believe that the Jamaican style, which seemed extremely interesting to me at the start, has now become kind of stale. Because while I love Jamaican, and Jamaican is, I would classify this as a different spirit than the traditional rums. Although, of course, when you taste a lot of the samples today, uh, you can see that it's really not. That there are a lot of bottles that, even though they are not from Jamaica, they breach the gap. Uh, I would say that the style, if you compare that to Bajan rum, completely different worlds, like completely different spirits. But when you actually get into Jamaica and you learn more of it and you drink more of it, at some point you taste it and say, "Oh, well, yeah, that's a nice Hamden."
Mhm.
That's it, because it is a nice Hamden. But then again, I have, I think, 7 liters or more of Hamden. I have way too much of it. No, there is more than. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's like. Okay, I have too much Hamden. That's for sure. But in general, at some point, like you would have to make a world changing Hamden for me to buy another one, because I have too much of it, and I do believe that there is a lot of people that have too much of Jamaican in general. And while Jamaican itself is so different than normal rum, you have to ask yourself a question: is this particular Jamaican different
Mhm.
enough from other Jamaicans
Yeah,
to sell? And I do not believe that this is the case.
yeah.
Is there something like too much Hampden?
Yes, yes, there is. So I have to count, but I have, as I mentioned, I don't really, when I open a bottle, I don't really drink that much out of it. So I have, let's count real quick. Smith and Cross, which is Hampden in general. I have Room Fire, so that's 1.5 liters. I
Mhm.
have both the tasting sets, so that's 3.2
Yeah,
liters.
yeah.
So that's 4.5 in total at right now. Then I have 1.5 bottle of Colors of Rum, the Wrocław Festival bottle.
Mhm.
So that's, let's say, a liter, so 5.5. And then I have the pure rum from them, that's 6.
Mhm.
And then I have 2 more bottles of Hamden, which is HLCF, and no, that might actually be it. So at least 7 liters, I would say, of Hamden, which is yes, yes.
And
In general, I don't really drink. I love rum, but also I love rum too much to drink of it too much, because if I become an alcoholic, I will no longer be able to drink rum.
and now you will buy another bottle.
Well,
Uh,
possibly,
Possibly.
but not of this Hamden. This is good one. Yes, I like it. But as I said, I do not feel the pressure to buy another Hamden.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I in general, I think the last bottle of rum that I bought was half a year ago. Yeah, something like that. I
did
received one as a gift, but apart from that, I really am at the point where I have too much.
did you drink HGML from Awakening series that Chris provided in what was it? Hamburg or
Wow, it was
Berlin?
very nice. It was very nice.
Yeah,
Berlin,
it was
Berlin.
like, every time you think that you know the Hamden and it's too much of Hamden, they are coming with some new stuff that
I didn't have the money to join Berlin. I looked at Paris and I looked at Berlin. I decided that Paris is more interesting, and I
Yeah.
joined Paris.
Wrong choice.
And I remember you're fascinated about TDL from
Yes,
mm, Planteray. Yeah.
yes, I will write to you soon about it.
Yeah. Very
If
nice.
I don't forget, because the issue is that I just forget.
I bought another bottle, so I have half of there, half of the first one, and full of the next one. So
Yeah, it is one of the most special rums. I don't really remember that well how it tastes like. I still have half of that sample, so at some point I will have to remind myself, but I still think that this was the best rum that I ever tried.
yeah, maybe not the same, but one of the best. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
an absolute gem.
About the Hamden, I must say I have to agree with a lot of things that were said. That it's a really good Hamden. Like it it have this complex taste, and the finish is really good. Uh, but on the nose, it's not that interesting. And as was being said, there are a lot of Hamptons rums, and well, you've got this 8 years old classic Hampton rum, which is like a very nice rum to set levels, what is below and what is above. And I don't feel it's like that much above it. Like it's obviously better, but for the 13 years old 13 years old rum, I would expect a little bit more. And well, we are just tasting here something that is still in the barrels. But when we are talking about buying rum, I think that if this one would appear, I would go. Let's say that I'm a kind of an average customer. I would go to a RUMX platform, and I will say check the tasting notes. And if many people would price that it's full of fruits and esters and so on, I would probably buy it. But
Yeah, but
I
then again,
don't.
every Jamaican is priced for being full of esters and fruits.
Not exactly. Some of them, like this one, I think is much more dry. It doesn't have this fruity punch like it attacks you from the very start. So I think the general notes wouldn't price the fruitiness so much, and that would make me well not buy this rum because I'm looking for a lot of fruits, and this one is like uh, I think like below 8.0 something like that. I guess it would be like 7.8, 7.9 something like that. It's a very good rum with a very nice finish and a very complex feeling, but still I think there are a lot of other Hamptons that would be much more priced by people.
Yeah, at some point you just have to admit that while what you're drinking might be very nice and it might be an amazing rum, it's just not what you're looking for. And as Chris said, there's so many Hamdens and Jamaicans on the market already that it's if you have quite a lot of them, then well, I really enjoy it, but I wouldn't buy it just because it is another Jamaican, and it would have to be very different. Well, it's not. It's an amazing Hamilton, but again, I have quite a few of those.
Guys, anyone else?
Yeah, I'm gonna say exactly the same that has been said already. It's good, but yeah, same. Too much Jamaican rum on my shelf. I got crazy about it when I first got into rums, and now I have too much of it. And I'm like, oh, the long pons, the Bonimas, the Hamdens, they are good. But if I go for another bottle, it's like, yeah, either it's gonna be like a crazy bottle from Kiana or TDL, or something new that is gonna catch my attention. Like, there are even like rums like Habitation Vélier. They released the Renegade Grenada rum, which was not very liked very much by people, but in terms of flavor, it smells very distinctive. To me, it smells like all the tomato jar in Babcha's shed in the garden. It's absolutely crazy. I
Babcia's
wouldn't drink it.
shed.
Yeah, it's like it's super weird, but I would definitely maybe even have the bottle, even if I open it like once a year, just to make people try and be like, you see, a rum can also smell like that. And yeah, and then it's like nice, and also, but also it depends how much you would price it because M&Ms tend to be pricey. This is 40-year-old, 14, sorry, year old and 68 degree. And recently M&M they put out a bottle like 15-year-old, 50% ABV, and it's crazy expensive, like almost 400 euro. So I guess it also depends how much you charge for it, because it also comes down to that. Like some people maybe don't have yet Jamaican, like nice Jamaican rum bottle, so they could go for it if the price is good, or you keep aging it and then it turns into the beautiful aged Jamaican rums that are very nice. So get really, really nice. So yeah, it can go either way.
If I can add one thing, I'm no expert to that, but since we are all drinking some unpublished rums, so I guess you are want some opinions. I think this rum could earn some uh, taste and overall feeling after additional aging in different barrel. I guess a lot of people here are not fan of planetary rums because they're adding sugar to some rums, but some are sugarless. But the thing that is very interesting for me is they that use different barrels, a very atypical one, not only a bourbon or sherry, but also something like I don't know, yuzu or other spirits or drinks. So yeah, I think that with next maturation with other barrel, maybe sherry, maybe oloroso, maybe PX, it would get another layer that would make this rum more interesting. Sorry,
Definitely.
sherry and it's very obvious, but I think there are other barrels that could help to pick
Yeah.
more flavors in it.
We exactly talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Guys, if someone else want to say something about this, the last one, so this is the time because we are after the time already, and this is, I think, it is a time for voting. If you want to vote, if you want to tap your top three, for example, of today's evening lineup, put it on the chat, please. And because after the meeting, after the recording stops, I will check the chat, and maybe this could be at the some ideas for us to do something with it or not. Okay. Let's check it. Let's check it. Australia, Mauritius, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guadeloupe, Australia, Jamaica, TDL, Werly, Panama, okay, Mauritius, Guadeloupe, Australia, Panama, okay, Australia, Guyana, Mauritius, Guyana, Australia, Jamaica, Panama. Klaus, can you see this?
Yes, I can.
Guadeloupe, Australia, Trinidad. I'm
You took
afraid we
the
have to do a series.
yeah.
Australia, Jamaica, Mauritius from Camille.
Please check if you're thinking about if it's still about your own brand and your own releases, I do not believe there is a single rum producer on the Polish market that sells in 375 bottles or 350 bottles, which is a niche that would be amazing to fill with good quality, more risky rums. Because trust me, I would be so happy to buy a smaller bottle
Yeah.
that I know that you like and you approve as, hey, this is nice. You may like it, you may not like it, but this is special. So a series like that, I would think would be amazing to sell, because also if you're thinking about it from a profit perspective, it would also be a very good idea to sell those as a good idea for a gift. Because let's say someone likes rum, you cannot really buy them a 500 zlotys bottle of Hamden, but you can buy them a 250 zlotys or 300 zlotys bottle that is smaller, but they will still have a lot of fun with it. Or maybe you cannot, or maybe let's say like with TDL, a full 700 is too expensive, but half of that is much more reasonable.
Yeah. I
So
think that's a
at least,
good,
yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea, and a lot of as Chris and I was also talking about it in the meeting, but I think it's a really good idea, and if that can open up for a better sale of these quite expensive things, some of them are, and I can really understand, because I know also sometimes I have a lot of bottles and also a collection of different things where you just open for tasting, and then you have maybe 60 cl left. So I can really see that half bottle size could be interesting for that kind of rums, definitely.
You're not gonna believe this, but actually it's a very funny thing.
Yeah.
Because if you sold smaller bottles that would serve a way to more or less find out about the world of rum, or maybe just explore new options, you could call this series Rum Explorer.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, you were born to do this.
But there is another RAM Explorer series, unfortunately.
No, it's not good.
What?
No,
Yeah,
it's not
it's not
good.
good,
No,
but
no,
it's
no. It's a little French independent bottler. There is, I tried everything from them, and it's super, super boring thing. Yeah. So
How about Rum
it
Explorer
wasn't good.
PL or
Yeah.
anything to make it not be under copyright laws?
Once again?
Like coming over the copyright laws might be an issue, I suppose. But if you can do anything to come over that, I mean, you have the absolutely perfect. Wait, but you sent. Oh, okay, no. Pavel sent Spirit Explorer. Yeah, but the question is there a Rum Explorer? But in general, yeah, it would. Hey, it's your mission. You were born to do this. You're the chosen one.
Ah, no, I didn't. I changed. I changed.
Sorry, I just want to add, just to push it even more about these sets of smaller bottles. Like a 3 or 4 to like even 200, milliliters bottle. Just because I think some guys like us, we have like too many bottles on the shelf, and then they take dust, and then we drink them like very little by little because they are nice, and then eventually it's like a quarter. Field in, and we need to finish it, otherwise so yeah, like a smaller one, you can keep it longer, and you can even do discovery taste, like for example, it was like Guyana with the different type of steels. Can be TDL with like a very mint oriented TDL, and a more fruity one like the one we had today, or like, oh, let's do 4 Spanish style rums, but interesting ones, like maybe there is one which is more sweet and the other one are more Woody or whatever. So there is really a room here for
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 interesting, sandbox. Yeah. I think it's a great idea, and I will go back to the other guys and talk about these ideas because I think there'll also be other in Europe that could be interesting in buying that kind of boxes with half size of bottles in a sample box or just buy them individual. I think so that could be interesting. So I will go back and have a talk with the other guys in the production and see what we can find out because it's interesting discussion to have. And also it's interesting because we also think at the moment as the world is that it's more interesting with the smaller bottles and maybe it's the cost for a bottle is not too expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys, we have to finish it, really. I want to thank you, all of you, being here. Thank you, Klaus, for visiting, for being a special guest for tonight. And we'll be in touch with our cases. I think this week, or yeah, we have to do this week. And yeah, so thank you guys. I hope you join it. I hope you liked it. And and yeah, and then let's see together on the next masterclass, which will be in the end of April. We will be on Reunion Island in that masterclass. So thank you for your feedback. We'll think about it with Klaus, and we will try to find some I forgot the word, uh, ideas what to do with the bottling and with the project. So yeah, so one more time, thank you very much. We can switch for the after meeting now, but I need 1 minute to come back here. So thank you, Klaus. We'll be
Thank
in
you very
touch.
much, guys. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you very much for all your feedback. Thank you, Chris, for organizing this. It's been a huge pleasure to, and I hope that see you around in some RUM festivals
Yeah,
around
for
Europe.
sure.
And happy that you like some of the cask and the samplings. That was really nice of you guys. Have a lovely evening and talk to you soon, guys.
Yeah.
And see you.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye
Dobrze,
bye.
to zatrzymujemy już transmisję. Zatrzymujemy transmisję, wyłączamy nagrywanie. Gdzieś tutaj było wstrzymać,